All right, in this video, we are going to solve multi-step exponential equations, and I want you to think in terms of PLEMDAS, right? Parentheses, remember logarithms and exponents are opposites of each other, multiply and divide are opposites, add and subtract are opposites. And when you solve equations, I like to tell my students to start at the bottom of PEMDAS and work yourself up by doing opposites, and the goal is to get b to the x, or the exponential part by itself, so we can log both sides and apply the power property. So here we go. Let's start at the bottom of PEMDAS and ask yourself, do you have any add or subtract in problem 1? And if you look at problem 1, we do. We have plus 3. So let's apply the opposite to both sides. The opposite of plus 3 is minus 3. So we're left with 135 minus 3 is 132. Notice that we do have our exponential piece by itself. And now we can move ourselves up. Do we have any multiply or divide? No. Do we have any logarithms or exponents? And yes, we do have an exponent right here. So we have to do the opposite of exponentiating, which is logging. And remember, when you're solving equations, you want to do the opposite to both sides. So let's log both sides. We're going to go log 5 to the x equals log 132. And we've learned previously that we can apply a power property here and get this x out of the exponential spot. So now we can say x times log of 5 equals log of 132. To get x by itself, we need to do the opposite of multiplying x times log 5. So we're going to divide log 5 to both sides. We'll do log 5 to the right. You need to open up a calculator that has a log function, and I simply am just using one online here. So we're going to do log 132, close your parentheses, divided by log 5. Press enter, and we get an answer of approximately 3.03. That's what we'll write down. So we'll say x is approximately 3.03. So we're doing PLEMDAS backwards to work ourselves up to the exponent. So let's look at example 2 here. So example 2, start at the bottom here, and I'll write this here. We'll write PLEMDAS. So we're going to start at the bottom here and work ourselves up. Do we have any add and subtract in problem 2? No. Do we have any multiply or divide? Well, if you look here, we're taking 3 and we're multiplying it times 2 to the x. So we need to do the opposite of multiplying by 3, which is to divide by 3. So you get 2 to the x equals, you can leave 13 divided by 3 as a fraction, or you can use your calculator and get an approximate decimal. And we'll say it's 4.33 repeating, or just 4.33. So 4.33. The goal is to get the exponential piece by itself, b to the x. Then we move ourselves up. We're done with multiply and divide. Do we have any exponents or logs? Yes, we have an exponent. So what is the opposite of exponentiating? Log both sides. So log 2 to the x equals log of 4.33. Who cares if we have decimals? The process will not change. How do we get the exponent out of the exponential part if we logged it? Well, the opposite of exponentiating is logging. That's why we're able to pull that value of x out of the exponent spot. And so log 2 equals log 4.33. The goal is to get x by itself. That's x times log of 2. So we're going to divide both sides by log 2. Log 2. Now we're ready to use the calculator. Here we go. So we have log of 4.33. Don't forget to close your parentheses. Divided by log 2. Close your parentheses. Then we get an answer of 2.11, approximately 2.11. So we'll say x is about 2.11. All right, let's look at one more example. What if we have a little bit of everything here? So we're going to write PLEMDAS. You guys will get good enough to where you don't have to do this. Remember, we're going to start at the bottom and work ourselves up by doing opposites. And the goal is to get b to the x by itself. All All right, we want to get this guy right here by itself. Start at the bottom. Do we have any add or subtract? Yes, we do have some subtract. So the opposite of subtract is to add. So we're going to do the opposite of subtracting 3. So add 3 to both sides. Rewrite our problem. 103. Again, the goal is to get the exponential piece by itself. Move up the ladder. We're done with add and subtract. Do we have any multiply or divide? Yes, we're multiplying by 4 right here. It's the opposite of multiplying by 4 is to divide by 4. I'm going to need to do some calculator work here. 7 to the x equals, let's get a decimal here, 103 divided by 4. 103 divided by 4. 25.75. Here we go, 25.75. So we're done with multiply and divide. Again, our goal is to get the exponential piece by itself. We have. Move up the ladder. What is the opposite of exponentiating? It's logging. I'm going to log both sides. So log 7 to the x equals log of 25.75. Let's apply our power property, because if we do the opposite of exponentiating, it allows us to take that exponent out of that position, because that's what a log does. Rewrite our problem. And you guys will get good enough to where you'll just be able to go through these so quickly here. We need to get x by itself. So we need to divide log 7 to the other side, since those two are being multiplied because they're up next to each other. Log 7. Let's do some calculator work. There we go. Log of 25.75, close your parentheses, divided by log, what was it, log 7. Press enter, and it's about 1.67. So we'll say x is about 1.67. Thanks for watching.